But you have to admit no amendment's absolute, like the NRA's position is today.
There are so many cross-cultural rifts in this issue, and so that's why I think that the way to get everybody talking is to get everything on the table.
Yeah.
When Reagan signed the cooling-off period as governor, is that the Black Panthers actually marched Sacramento armed with their guns because they were protesting it. So there's a lot of nuances to this issue. That's why you got to put everything out there.
Dee Dee, real quick, and then Mark Halperman in New York.
Well, Mayor Bloomberg has been saying that he thinks the NRA's power is overstated at this point, that they've lost some battles in legislative races. I was just wondering if you agree with that.
I think they still are very powerful because here's what happened, and it may change now. When I go to street fairs, even on Long Island, and I'll see 1,000 people. 2 or 3 will say, Chuck, I don't like you. You wrote the Brady Law. You're for the assault weapons ban. No one will come to me and say support gun control. Right. Whereas 20 years ago, everyone did. Why? Because crime was rampant. And so the broad middle was for gun control and was enough to counter the NRA. You may have this, then crime was reduced, in part because of that crime bill and the Brady Law and other things. And there was nobody but the NRA out there, and they became more powerful and more militant. But now, with all these shootings, you may have the broad middle come up again, and I think that's what the NRA fears.
2 to 1 people say ban assault weapons, but then you get into another long debate about what is an assault weapon.
And it's not their top 10. Right. Whereas for the pro-gun people, it's number 1.
I hope they come forward with something productive tomorrow, because there does seem to be a silence among some waiting to hear from them. Mark Halperin in New York, jump in.
I want to ask both Senator Schumer and Craig. It seems to me the House Judiciary Committee has got a big piece of this, if there's going to be a strategy to move some legislation through. What are your thoughts about how to get Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee engaged and willing to and anxious to move forward with something?
Well, I think Heller, the fact that we've had the Heller decision helps us very significantly, because now no one it's national established law that there is a right to bear arms, and that gives those who are pro-gun a little more flexibility and takes the really militant organizations like Gun Owners of America and gives them less. But second, I think it's really important what we talked about before, to make this a broader issue. Gun control in reasonable ways, yes, but also mental illness, violence, and those kinds of things. When I talk to my Republican colleagues in the Senate who are pro-NRA in the last few days, they stress that over and over again.
All right. Senator Chuck Schumer, Dee Dee Myers, Craig Shirley, thank you so much. This Sunday on Meet the Press, David Gregory has an exclusive interview with the Executive Vice President and CEO of the National Rifle Association, Wayne LaPierre. Look forward to that. Senator, again, thanks. And Dee Dee, we'll see you soon. Actually, stay with us. And Craig, stay with us if you can. I know the Senator has to run. We'll be right back with much more Morning Joe.
In this fast-paced, digital everything life, there's nothing like experiencing the world's finest journalism in its original form. So subscribe today and save 50% on home delivery of the New York Times. Whether it's a full 7 days of everything the Times has to offer, or the Weekender, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday subscription, choose what works for you. And so you don't have to unplug completely. Enjoy unlimited access to our website on any device, plus our apps for your tablet and smartphone at no extra charge. So sign up today for as little as $5.40 a week to receive the greatest newspaper in the world and all the incredible experiences that come with it. To save 50%, call 1-800-845-2888. or go to nytimes.com/save and order now.
Check it out, Mr. TiVo. While you watch that, your TiVo box can stream a different show onto my iPad.
Pretty slick.
And only TiVo Stream lets you take your recording shows with you on your road games.
I love it.
Passes shows like you pass footballs. Except this is way better.
Oh, really?
Hey, lots of people throw footballs. Only TiVo does this. Don't let it get in your dome, dude.
TiVo makes TV about 1,000 times better.
Available at TiVo.com or these fine retailers.
We're at Walmart with the Simmons family. How much is your current phone bill?
$416.76 a month.
Okay, come with me. We're going to save you money.
Okay. With Straight Talk at Walmart, you get unlimited talk, text, and data for only $45 a month per phone. Will we get the same coverage? Same coverage on America's best network.
So you saved $146.76 by switching to Straight Talk.
Awesome.
Now you can afford to share your allowance with me. Get the season's hottest smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy S2 and get straight talk with unlimited data for just $45 a month from America's gift headquarters, Walmart.
All hands on board for Optimum Rewards. Disney Cruise Line sails to the most stunning destinations around the world, and Optimum Rewards wants you to sail along too. One very lucky family will embark on an exciting 12-night Mediterranean cruise for 4 next summer on the luxurious Disney Magic departing from Barcelona, Spain. Be sure to enter daily on OptimumRewards.com for your chance to win this once-in-a-lifetime vacation.
Nothing can test your patience like technology. It can be hit or miss. We keep that in mind. We're your TV, phone, and internet company. We're here to develop new technologies that make your TV, phone, and internet more impressive and less unpredictable, so you can stay focused on not disappointing your future father-in-law.
All now. The most watched Super Bowl of all time. The most watched event in TV history. America's breakout reality show, The Voice. All viewed in more ways and more places than ever before. When your goal is to reimagine the future of entertainment, sometimes the future arrives sooner than you think. The new Comcast.
Conservative jurist Robert Bork died Wednesday morning of complications from heart disease. Bork, of course, Solicitor General during the Watergate scandal, and this past year worked with Mitt Romney's presidential campaign as a judicial advisor. But he is best known to Oz based on his nomination to the Supreme Court. President Reagan nominated him for the High Court in 1987. Liberals launched an all-out campaign to oppose Bork, focusing on his views on the Constitution and individual liberty. The term "getting borked" was coined after his failed nomination hearings and is now used to refer to any nominee being rejected after political assault. Robert Bork was 85 years old. Craig, Shirley, obviously that was a big moment in President Reagan's time. Why did he pick Robert Bork, and why did it fail?
Well, I mean, he picked Robert Bork. Actually, there's some stories, behind-the-scenes story about how he was considering both Scalia and Bork, and the idea was they were going to go with Scalia first and then Bork later, but somehow it got turned around in the Reagan White House, is the way I understand it. But this was really the beginning of the politicization of the American judiciary, where you had a mounted grassroots campaign that started with Ted Kennedy's fiery speech on the floor of the Senate going after Senator Bork, and I was here at the time, and I was part of the fight to help Judge Bork win confirmation. We obviously lost, but we ended up with the verb being borked as a result, and so all judicial nominations now have been politicized.
All right, Craig, thank you. Mark, thank you. Up next, a look ahead at markets with CNBC's Brian Shackman. We're back in just a moment.